Hello, everybody. My name is Chris, and welcome back to more Kingdom Come Deliverance. Last episode, huge. Appreciate all the support on it and everybody's comments and just kind of all the energy for it. It was really cool. I didn't expect so much, so that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome because this is a really cool game. We've only I don't even want to say we scratched the surface. We've touched the surface. We there's so many layers to this that I'm not even aware of yet. But man, what a time! What a time! So from last episode we started the game, right? We are Henry. We are Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith, and who is apparently has an incredible reputation, almost legendary, right? And is just living off the land somewhere else. Strange, right? But we begin just a small lad in a small town, living our day, and going around causing a little bit of trouble, trying to collect some debt. You know, just a nice wholesome time until our village got raided by Sigismund of Hungary, and that ended up basically not only killing a lot of people, burning our entire village down, as well as killing our parents, which was really sad because I actually really liked them. You know, that our felt like we had good parents. We had good parents, but they were killed. They were killed, and that that sent us basically to run off and show up here, where we are now, right? Which is, for the sake of showing, right? We're over here in Skalitz, right? We rode all the way here to Talmberg, to the castle, right? To meet with, ended up meeting with Divish, Sir Divish, who is actually the leader of the castle, which another, or for that is the Burgrave, right? Which is the title, like the ruler of the castle. He is Burgrave. Yeah. So this is basically where we're currently at, right? Captain Robard, real nice guy. Helped us up, helped us kind of get everything sorted, and then spoke to his wife. She was really nice. We had a whole talk overnight. Um, but we're kind of getting back up on our feet a little bit right now. We're still traumatized by the whole thing, and we have to do a couple of things. But for the sake of understanding, right? Just to set the stage, and correct me if I'm wrong, because there's a lot of information, and I don't know a lot. Shocker about European history, so I know a lot of this is rooted in that with some slight liberties. So if I'm understanding correctly, right, the emperor, the previous emperor, the king, died. His son, Wenceslas the Fourth, which I'm getting used to the names too, they're kind of throwing me off. Uh, Wenceslas the Fourth was the next up, but he basically was fucking off. He didn't really give a shit about the whole thing. He was he was doing everything but what he should be doing. He even missed his own coronation as emperor, which was kind of a big deal. And so the other nobles in the area, the other nobles under him, were sick of his shit, and they went to his half brother Sigismund of Hungary, and were like, "Hey man, you gotta help. You gotta figure something out. It's kind of a mess." And he was like, "You know what? You got it." So he went and he kidnapped his brother Wenceslas and forced him to give up his power. Now, not position. Wenceslas is still technically king, but he he kidnapped him in an effort to basically give him the power, it seems, and the army, the forces and everything, to make the plays that he's doing, right? But in turn, it's not good. It's not good because he's attacking what would be their allies in an effort to kind of just become like he's conquering, essentially. He's like attacking allies to take over their areas, not so much be like, okay, we're going to be friends. It's like, no, I'm actually going to be in charge of you, right? Like, that's the idea. That's what he's doing right now. And so Sigismund is not good. He's not good. Wenceslas is basically useless. And we experienced all this firsthand, which is why him and Markvard, right, his right hand, raided Skalitz and burned it down, because this was his whole thing, which all came back around to basically Sir Radzig, who was an individual we were making a sword with. Our father was making a sword for him. We helped him make that sword and finish it. But the whole point around that is the fact that he's actually working, or he's a part of an uprising that is going against Sigismund and Wenceslas, and specifically accused of using silver from Skalitz to fund that rebellion, that resistance. And so that's why they attacked Skalitz. For that, they were actually looking for him. They weren't actually looking for anyone else, right? He ended up escaping. We ended up escaping. We met him here, but then of course Sigismund and Margvard, they showed up here. They showed up here ready to throw down, right? And not good, not good at all. But luckily, Sir Divish, smart guy, good with words, good politician, good person, right? But also a good politician. He's both, and was able to talk him down. Was able to talk him down, say like, nope, Sir Radzig is not here. Please move on. Don't do this. Don't do this. Right? You don't have to attack us here. And so luckily we avoided what would have been a pretty bad fight. Could we have handled it? No. No, even with the walls, like, could we have resisted? Sure, but like, he came with an army ready to throw down. But Radzig had moved on. We were like, I don't know. And so now we're here. The next morning, coming to terms with everything. So let me know if I got that right. Let me know if I got like the history of everything in everyone's place. So right now, like, the rebellion is kind of a good thing against Sigismund, because the way Sigismund is doing things is, I mean, it's bad. It's bad. And Wenceslas, well, he was kind of fucking around. He was fucking off, but then he was kidnapped and forced to basically put Sigismund in charge, while he himself still retains the crown officially. It's not good. Oh, there's another combat arena. That'll be fun.
I hear our scouts found a fresh pile of human bones at the edge of Skalitz woods.
Mary, Mother of God, preserve
here
us.
at the castle. Anyway, you said yourself you don't believe a word Vilma says. So stop working yourself up. Everything's fine, and that's how it'll stay.
Aye, but...
No buts. Everything will be all right. Got it?
I suppose.
I suppose. You know, it can't be worse. Well, that's not true. That's not true. But we can act like it can't be worse. Right? The other thing. And I didn't do a ton of it on the last one, mostly because because of just the sheer amount of stuff. I didn't want us to get caught up in the first episode, kind of just like 40 minutes of reading without actually getting into any of the game. But I love Codex stuff. I thrive on it. So we do have both now and over time, a lot of reading to do. But to update our whole situation, right? When Lady Stephanie left, I finally fell asleep. I didn't sleep very well, though. I was troubled by bad dreams, and then Captain Robar came in the middle of the night and woke me to tell me there was some procession coming to Talmberg, and I had to go to the battlements immediately. Everyone in the castle was on the battlements anticipating the worst, Sigismund's army. But to everyone's astonishment, it turned out to be Sir Radzig and all the remaining survivors from Skalitz. What is even more surprising is that they escaped the siege without a fight. True. Sir Radzig gave me orders, and then he and the Skalitz folk carried on to Rattay. Sir Robard ordered me to help keep watch on the battlements, which we did. Captain Robard didn't want to leave anything to chance, so he posted extra guards in the battlements, and I had to join them too. On the advice of one of the soldiers, I had a bit of a snooze, but then another alarm was sounded. When I got to the battlements, my blood turned cold. Sigismund's army was standing within the sight of the castle. Everyone fell silent as the grave when they saw the huge numbers of the enemy. Fortunately, Sir Divish has a way with words. He persuaded the negotiator that attacking Talmberg would be pointless. The moment Sigismund gave the order to depart, the whole of Talmberg shouted with joy. But I had only one thing on my mind. I should go back to Skalitz and bury my parents. The threat of attack is gone, and I have to get back to Skalitz. It's my duty to bury my parents. Only how can I do it? My lord forbids me to leave Talmberg. Yep, Sir Divish said don't leave. Stay here. I should talk to Captain Robot. Maybe he'll help me get out of the castle. I should take my horse. Skalitz is a long way from here. Absolutely. So these are all of our quests, and so we go to the Codex, right? General characters. So the Cumans, these guys, the Cumans first arrived in Czech lands in 1260 under the leadership of the Hungarian crown prince Stephen. They fought against Bishop Bruno and the army of the Austrian lords, which they thoroughly vanquished. Cumans appeared for the second time in the 1270s when they defeated the army of King Premysl Ottokar, and went on to pillage Moravia. They last invaded the Czech lands under Sigismund of Luxembourg, who could afford no better mercenaries than the Cumans. Estimates speak of several thousand fighters. One of the places that succumbed to their ravages was Silver Skalitz, the birthplace of our game's hero. Yeah, because I'm not familiar with these guys, but they kept saying like the humans attacked and slaughtered everybody and killed our parents. So now we have an idea. So so Sigismund has these guys. Several thousand fighters, at least. Damn. Sigismund of Luxembourg was also the king of Croatia and Hungary. I guess he gained Croatia between the intro and now. Sigismund of Luxembourg, son of Charles IV, was king of Hungary and Croatia from 1387, king of Germany from 1411, king of Bohemia from 1419, and king of Italy from 1431. He was also prince of Silesia. From 1419, Margrave of Lusatia. I'm gonna get these names, I swear to God. And most notably, Holy Roman Emperor between 1433 and 1437. Was a busy guy. Absolutely. At an early age, he was sent to be educated at the Hungarian court, quickly mastering the tough conditions of politics. Like other members of his family, he was abducted at least once, in his case by the Hungarian nobility. Having lost faith in the Hungarian nobility, he turned his attention to Bohemia and became engaged in hostilities with his half-brother Wenceslas. Some of the Bohemian nobility welcomed Sigismund, hoping he would rid them of their ineffective monarch, while others sided with Wenceslas, resulting in long-lasting wars, in the course of which Sigismund and his Hungarian army, consisting in no small part of human mercenaries, repeatedly pillaged Bohemia, often with the help of the Bohemian, and especially Moravian lords themselves. Sigismund fought not only to seize his brother's throne, but also against the Hussites with the aim of seizing the imperial crown. He regarded himself as the defender of Christianity, and in 1409 even founded the Order of the Dragon to wage war against all enemies of the Christian faith. One of the later members of the order was the infamous Vlad the Impaler, inspiration for the fictional Dracula. That's right. After the death of Wenceslas, Sigismund brought to Bohemia 4 unsuccessful crusades against the Hussites. He died soon after the signing of the compacts, a set of agreements with the reformers guaranteeing freedom of religious belief to every inhabitant of the lands of Bohemia and Moravia. Goddamn. Like that's because it gives you a lot of backstory into like these guys, and maybe not like I mean, it is very personal. Even if we never interact with it, it gives a vision of how these guys are. All right, Charles IV. For the sake of getting an idea of like the family tree, Charles IV of Luxembourg, born Wenceslas, son of King John of Luxembourg, was the second member of the Luxembourg dynasty to become King of Bohemia, 1346 to 1378, and the first to attain the title Holy Roman Emperor, 1355 to 1378. He held many other titles besides Margrave of Moravia, Count of Luxembourg, King of Italy, King of the Romans, and King of Burgundy. Renowned for his diplomatic skills and erudition, he actively endeavored to consolidate his position and ensure the survival of his line in Europe, especially Bohemia, Moravia, and Germany. He was well versed in several languages, and at the French court, he was tutored by none other than the future Pope Clement VI. During his reign, Prague and the lands of the Bohemian crown underwent a major transformation, becoming a powerful political, economic, and cultural center. For this reason, this period of his reign is known as the Golden Age. He initiated the construction of many superb edifices, which thus bear his name, including Charles University, Charles Bridge, and Karlstein Castle. He was keen to emphasize the role of religious faith in society. He renewed the cults of Saint Wenceslas, Saint Sigismund, and Saint Vitus, consecrating various church buildings to them, among others Prague Cathedral. He married 4 times and had 13 children. Good Lord. Most of whom died in infancy. Good Lord. The most illustrious of his offspring were his sons Wenceslas and Sigismund, who both became rulers over the lands of the Bohemian crown. Little backstory into father here. Then we got Sir Marquard von Aulitz, 1360 to 70, 2712-1402. He was the hetman, or governor, of Prague, who, much like those members of the nobility disgruntled with the reign of Wenceslas IV, saw in Sigismund of Luxembourg a better potential king. Their motivation had more to do with money and power. Wenceslas offered them no prospects, while supporting Sigismund promised them a better future position in society. Absolutely. Because Wenceslas was basically useless. Right? And so everyone else under Wenceslas is like, come on, man. And then Sigismund is like, well, that's better than nothing. Might actually be something. And Sigismund was he took full advantage of the opportunity. Completely. Let's see. And then we got, well, this one, Wenceslas IV. So, 26 to 1361 to 1608 1419. Wenceslas IV of Luxembourg was the son of the highly successful monarch Charles IV. He inherited the Bohemian crown and attained the German crown by election. However, he did not inherit his father's predisposition for ruling. Already, during his lifetime, he was known for being a weak, idle, and moody ruler who was afflicted with many ailments, as well as difficulties meeting his royal obligations. Despite the fact that he had been groomed for rule since early childhood, he was crowned Bohemian king at the age of only 2 years. Alright. He was more interested in hunting, alcohol, courtesans, and pleasures of the court. During his time as king, the lands of the Bohemian crown underwent several wars and conflicts involving his relatives. His own brother Sigismund and his cousins, the Moravian Margraves. The event that triggered the Margraviate Wars was that Wenceslas occupied the vacant estates of the Olomouc Archdiocese, which by law belonged to the nobles. Under the leadership of Jobst, the Moravian lords joined with Sigismund in open revolt against the king, which had less to do with the estates than with the legitimacy of the rule of Wenceslas, who in the meantime had been stripped of the imperial crown by the imperial electors for his incompetence and unwillingness to rule. Oh. Later, he also lost the power of the Bohemian crown when he made numerous concessions and awarded the nobles many privileges, de facto transferring the ruling power to them. His unwillingness to meet obligations resulted in his abduction twice, thereby removing him from the throne. First in 1394 by the Czech nobles, and then in 1402 by his brother. God, how you got kidnapped twice? That's unfortunate. Okay, so later he also lost the power of the Bohemian crown, transferring the ruling power to the nobles. So is he still technically king right now? I feel like I gotta grasp like the time, the years that we're currently in, right? Because obviously we're past, we're not, we're after the 1402, right? And so I'm just trying to think like was the, because they still refer to him as king right now in the game, even though Sigismund's the one doing everything. But Wenceslas initially supported the reform proposals of Jan Hus and his adherents, but he did nothing to save the reformer's life when he was sentenced to be burned at the stake by the church. He thus set in motion what was later to become the largest, and only more or less successful, popular revolt in Europe, the Hussite Wars. However, he did not live to see these events, since he died in 1419. After his death, his brother Sigismund of Hungary seized the crown, and he had to fight for it. But he had to fight for it, since not everyone acknowledged his claim, and once he had the crown, he did not live to enjoy it for long. I was like, that's kind of a cool thing they do, where so far we reading about Sigismund and Wenceslas, like they're currently alive in the game, but we know their death in here. But that's just a fact. That's just a fact of their rule in their life. And even though like we know when they die and that they do die, obviously, it doesn't change the circumstances of the story and the investment. With that, here we go. Rekek Kobila of Diovjic. Diovjic? Oh man, these Forgive my pronunciation, for it will be as best as I can. Reckoning KCD Radzig. Oh, so that's his real name. Rasik? Rasik. And they named it Radzig? Right? Kobila was a Bohemian yeoman, the royal headman of Wenceslas IV, and between 1410 and 1415, Burgrave of Visserad. In 1403, he resided at the castle in Skalitz. Silver Skalitz, even though it's like Silver Skalitz. That's okay. I see. Where he oversaw the mining of silver. The king was known for his generosity to lower nobles who received high titles for their loyalty. Rasik Kobila was apparently one of these, and probably the king's friend. Oh, so he didn't just happen to be there, like, collecting silver, so he was, like, actively working and overseeing the silver. Okay, that's a big deal. In 1403, Skalitz was besieged and burned to the ground by King Sigismund and the Cuman army. For his service and loyalty, King Wenceslas IV permitted Rasik to build his own castle at Veseli nad Sasavu. Standing on this site today is Chateau Komorny Hradec. He was killed in 1416 in a tavern in Kudnahora by a mob of miners incited by preachers a year after the burning of John Hughes. They seized them in the inn where they were staying, cut their bodies into pieces and threw them out onto the street, where the mob vigorously stomped on their remains, and then went into merry song to the home of the preacher to be praised for the act that they had been encouraged to commit. Good Lord. That's... Jesus. Ugh. This occurred when Rasik was there to collect taxes for the king, which is odd because 6 years earlier he had apparently been a robber knight and soldiers had been dispatched against him as a scourge of the land. Sources are not clear as to why he was later rehabilitated for services to the king. Oh, man. Ugh. Albert IV of Habsburg. Albert IV of Habsburg was an Austrian count, son of Albert III, with whom he fought against King Wenceslas IV beginning in 1394. He also had disputes with Prokop of Luxembourg over the Czech-Austrian border. And then we have popes. We also have the current pope, but let's see. The pope is the supreme head of the Roman Catholic Church, Jesus Christ's deputy on earth, and cannot be removed from office. His word is regarded by the church as infallible, equivalent in effect to the Holy Scriptures. At the time of our game, however, nothing was quite so straightforward. Due to the Papal Schism that lasted from 1378 to 1417, there were for a time as many as 3 rival claimants to the throne of St. Peter. For secular rulers, support for one claimant or the other was often less a question of faith than of political convenience. You know what? I like that they do that too. Warhorse. Right, even though you would think like, oh, it breaks immersion by bringing it up like, oh, the time of our game, this game, right? I think if there's like wiggle room, if there's not like okay, this is a straight fact, 100%, or maybe something new information was gained. There's like, at the time of the game, however, this wasn't very straightforward. It's cool. Pope Benedict the 13th. Benedict XIII, born Pedro de Luna, was elected anti-pope in 1394 in Avignon. He had previously withdrawn his allegiance to the Italian Pope Urban VI. who represented the Catholic Church in Rome. And then Pope Boniface IX, born Pietro Tomicelli, was pontiff from 1389, contemporaneously with the Avignon anti-popes Clement the VII and Benedict XIII. He refused to abdicate, leading not only to a continuation of the Western Schism, but also to an ever-deepening rift in the Church. However, it has also meant that Boniface had a growing influence on some important aspects of secular power. Okay, this is cool. This is a lot of this is a lot. We're not gonna spend the whole time right now reading this because we'd be here for like an hour easily. Which is not a bad thing, but be the Codex episode. The Lords of Talmberg. The coat of arms of the Lords of Talmberg consist of 2 water lily leaves, argent, silver, on a field gules, red. Gules? The dynasty dates back to 1291 when Talmberg Castle was under the administration of William, son of the then Prague Burgrave Krasnada of Wuzits. His descendants later owned estates in South and East Bohemia, including Slatanani, Bilicin, and the city around Kaslav. Some of the Talmberg lords achieved some influential posts in administration as burgrave or magistrate. Right, that's one thing I do. One of the few. There's like a handful of things, not many, but burgrave as a title or like a position, right? That's about it. And so the fact that Sir Divish, right, Sir Divish of Talmberg is also burgrave of Prague Castle. Neat. Sir Divish of Talmberg. Right, which okay, the other thing before his voice kind of threw me off, and it no disrespect, right? Nobody took it like that. I want to emphasize that it wasn't. It just kind of threw me off. That's just his normal voice, right? Bobby Crow, great work, great work. I really like personality wise, he's perfect, perfect. I mean, overall, I like his rendition of Sir Divish. I've not heard any other Sir Divish, but I like him. Sir Divish of Talmberg, Divis ze Talmberg. Sir Divish of Talmberg owned Talmberg Castle in the years 1390 to 1415. In 1391, the castle was conquered and Divis was taken captive and by his neighbor, Havel Medic of Waldeck. Yep. This is what we learned from speaking with his wife. Though we no longer know how the dispute arose between them due to the king's inability to settle the matter, Divish was imprisoned in his own castle for 7 long years while his young wife, Stephanie, attempted to raise the ransom to free him. Thanks to the help of friends, including Rasik, Kabila, he was finally liberated, and Medic was condemned for his actions as a rebel. From 1400 onwards, Divish held the office of Prague Burgrave, and in 1401 moved his seat to Prague. Meanwhile, Talmberg Castle was repaired and he gave it to his wife. Divish returned there in 1414, and in 1418 his son Ulrich governed the estate. According to some sources, Divish died in 1415, while others attested that in 1418 Jan Jankowski sold him Jankov Castle, where the Talmberg family lived until 1702. There's had 3 sons, Ulrich, Willem, and Miklos, who governed Jankov from 1433 onwards. Neat. Because if I'm remembering correctly, right, when we had the conversation with Stephanie, right, last night, it was, she mentioned that he was basically imprisoned in his castle for 7 years, and Havel essentially became an enemy of the crown, and that's basically what forced the hand of everything. But she did end up raising the ransom. So, but the thing is, like, even with Havel being an enemy of the crown, he still didn't give up. He didn't surrender, and it seems like she still had to pay the ransom anyway. She got him back. And Stephanie's like, yeah, he's kind of an old dude now. He was young when we were first here, but now he's older. It's like, well, time does that. Time does that. And they were quite distant for 7 years. And William of Talmberg and listen. In 1297, the head of the Prince of Provincial Court, the direct founder of the Talmberg branch, and a direct bearer of the Hrosnata coat of arms, the Hrosnata family was one of the few that did not directly engage in the war against the king, so did not forfeit property. He founded Talmberg Castle. He had 2 sons, Divish and Ezamisl. So William, father of Divish. Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. We got like a good background to some of these characters. Society. These will be cool to read. These will be cool to read over time. Right? Like beekeeping, blacksmithing, farming, malters, brewers, merchant, noble officials. And it's not just like, oh, game lore. Right? This is like the real historical information too, which is kind of crazy. Right? I guess we should read this one too, right? The abduction of Wenceslas IV. It's a little relevant. Right? Wenceslas IV was a none too capable ruler, rather the opposite. During his reign, he was abducted several times in attempts to wrest power from him. The first time in 1394, he was taken captive in one of his residences in Brunn near Prague and taken to Weilburg Castle in Austria. The abduction was engineered by the opposing nobility, called the League of the Lords. In 1402, Wenceslas was abducted a second time by his half-brother Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary, who aspired to the Bohemian throne. With the support of the high nobility, and incarcerated in Vienna, from where he managed to flee with the help of loyal nobles in November 1403. Sigismund had in the meantime brought in higher taxes on towns and monasteries. Any towns that refused to submit, he conquered and ransacked. The conflict grew at a protracted civil war, which did not abate even after the death of Wenceslas. Yeah, Sigismund was a no bullshit kind of guy. Kidnapped his brother, and was like, I'm the king now, basically. Let's see, the golden age of Charles IV, right before he died, obviously. With the young of John of Luxembourg, Charles inherited the title of Moravian Margrave and subsequently the Czech throne. He embarked on not only economic but also cultural development of his kingdom, a period dubbed the Golden Era. In 1348, Charles founded one of the oldest universities in Europe. Many cities, towns, and castles acquired new fortifications, new bridges, infrastructure, and churches were built. To strengthen his position in Europe, he made good use of political marriages, thus allying his family with prominent families in neighboring countries. He even had influence over the appointment of it's gonna tongue twist me on this one. Excelsior. dignitaries. Thanks to firm rule and a policy based on the alliances, he was able to keep the peace in Europe. Charles was an educated monarch interested in the arts, which was reflected in the architecture of cities, especially Prague, where under his rule many new houses, churches, including St. Vitus Cathedral, and the city walls sprang up. Wow, what a good time. That's why, I mean, that was why it was a big deal when he died. It was huge. So like the mass attendance to his essentially his funeral. Wild. And so the absolute disappointment of his own son being the not only the complete opposite, but just completely like crown adjacent. Like he didn't give a shit really about any responsibilities of rule. So you go from having a pretty good king who actually like tries to like uplift, the area, make alliances, give a shit, right? To having the successor be none of it. Okay, this is the Western Schism. The Papal Schism, or Western Schism, was a rift in the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages during which there were two papacies existing simultaneously, one in Rome and the other in Avignon, France. It began in 1378, the year after Pope Gregory XI brought the papal court back to Rome from Avignon, where it had resided for almost 70 years due to hostilities between Roman papacy and the Kingdom of France. When Gregory died, the Neapolitan Bartolomeo Brignano was elected pope with the name Urban VI. 1378, 1389. He, however, quarreled with the very Church of Cardinals that had elected him. They therefore declared his election void and elected a new second pontiff, Pope Clement VII, who reestablished the papal court in Avignon and was recognized by Scotland, Castile, Aragon, Navarre, and Portugal. Siding with Pope Urban VI, in Rome were Italy, Germany, Bohemia, England and Ireland, Flanders, Poland, and Hungary. So that's the split. That's interesting. Wow, that's kind of that's wild, isn't it? Two popes, but then like the people, the actual like countries are siding with like who's the real pope. Right, the schism continued even after the death of the original rival popes, with the election of Boniface IX in Rome, 1389 to 1404, and Benedict XIII in Avignon, 1394 to 1423. The popes in Avignon were called anti-popes. At this time, European efforts to restore the unity of the Roman Catholic Church were growing. Unfortunately, neither the council nor the popes themselves were able to reconcile, as neither side was willing to budge from their demands. In 1409, the dispute escalated to the point that the cardinals declared both popes invalid and elected a third one. The anti-pope John the 23rd. All right, 1410 to 1415. None of the popes submitted to being dethroned, however. No. Gee. The conflict embroiled the rulers of various countries involved, among others, Sigismund of Luxembourg, who took the side of John 23rd. That's crazy. The Council of Constance was convened on November 5th, 1414, to resolve the issue. The council secured the resignations of Pope John the 23rd and the Roman Pope Gregory the 12th, and in 1417 elected a new pope, Marvin V. 1417 to 1431, based in Rome. This essentially brought an end to the schism, although there were subsequently two more anti-popes who continued to be supported by a minority, Benedict the 14th and Clement the 8th, who resigned in 1429, leaving Martin V once again the sole pontiff. What a roller coaster that was. Oh my god. I don't know much about Pope history, Catholic Church history, but that's wild. That's crazy. Oh my god. So they were literally, there was the one pope, and they got a second one, and then they were in different areas, and some were on the one, some were on the other, and then they were like, we'll put a third one in there, Anti-Pope John the 23rd. You know, it's like a pope battle royale, and then they were like, we gotta stop this. We gotta fix this. Figure this out. Okay, we can't just be having popes popping up left and right. So eventually, in 1429, Martin V, sole pontiff. Oh, man, what a time. Conquest of Kuttenberg. Yeah, I guess we can read these two, and then I think we'll be good, right? I mean, maybe locations too. I feel this is a lot of codex reading. I hope you don't. I hope this isn't an issue, because I feel like this sets a good stage for us moving on, at least, right? The conquest of Kuttenberg. I'm gonna put timestamps in the video, so in case, I mean, if you're already here, if you're already this deep, like you've been here, but just in case, for now or for future. In December 1402, during Wenceslas' imprisonment in Vienna, Sigismund attacked Kuttenberg, and by the beginning of the following year, seized and ransacked the town. Kuttenberg was loyal to the king and staunchly defended by its miners. When they finally surrendered, they were forced marched to Sigismund's encampment near Kol, made to kneel before him in the mud in subjugation. In addition, they had to pay huge sums of money in reparation, even though the town and its environs had been pillaged by Hungarian soldiers. The treasury in Kuttenberg held not only coins, but also precious jewels, gold, and silver. Wenceslas later estimated the wealth seized by Sigismund to be worth 1 million in gold ducats to this day. Ducats of the day. Of the day. That's crazy. What a power move to like force them to kneel in the mud. Then demand a ransom, like a reparation. Even though you know you just sacked their town. Say, and it's like, after you did all that, you're like, okay, well, now pay up. And they're like, bruh. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, 1 million in gold ducats of the day. That sounds like, I mean, even if it was like $1 million, right? That still seems like a lot, but I feel like at the time, right? How much is 1 million gold ducats? You know what? I'm gonna look that up. How much is 1 million ducats in 1402? Let's see. I don't know. I imagine it's a lot. Right? Because it's basically a gold coin. Let's see. In That doesn't seem right. I can't get a solid answer. I'm trying to look it up. It doesn't seem very right. If anyone knows the actual value of what that would mean for both at the time, that seems like a lot of money. That seems like a lot of money. I imagine now that's probably worth, I mean, I imagine it's got to be worth more now. Probably worth a lot now. I don't trade in ducats, so I'm not too sure. But still, the Kuttenberg Armory, treasury. The Battle of Nicopolis. The Battle of Nicopolis took place on 25/9/1396 between the Hungarian king Sigismund and the Turks, led by Sultan Bayezid. Sigismund's army was made up of soldiers from France, Burgundy, Germany, England, Italy, Bohemia, Poland, and other countries. Big army. In all, it was 10 to 15,000 strong. Good lord. The Ottomans, who at the end of the 14th century controlled the entirety of the Balkans, numbered almost 20,000. Oh my god. Jeez. The experienced Turkish combatants routed the Christian knights completely, largely because the Russian and French knights disobeyed orders. Attacked the Turkish vanguard under the misconception that it was the main force. Because the Russian and French knights disobeyed orders, and they attacked the Turkish vanguard under the misconception that it was the main force, and was subsequently crushed. Those who did not die on the battlefield were brutally put to death, reportedly up to 3,000 men. Jeez. The wealthiest were taken prisoner and saved only by paying a ransom, which they paid over decades. When news of the defeat reached Paris, no one believed it, and those who had initially spread the news were put to death by drowning for spreading malicious lies. God, can you... That's some bullshit. Can you... At the time, I believed this. But that's crazy. Like, you're telling... Wow. So you're telling... Guys, they lost. And they're like, liar. Drown him. Jeez. The Ottoman victory was a triumph of Islam over Christendom. The Turkish army represented a real threat to European countries, especially Hungary. Good lord. What a mess. Yeah, that fell apart. Okay, there's only 3 locations. I think this will wrap it up, wouldn't it? I do love these, so it's not me. It's more like your time I'm trying to respect. But that's why we're still gonna do everything. Rovna. The village of Rovna lies close to the Silver Skalitz. Around 1150, a Romanesque church with a presbytery. Presbytery. Good lord. Presbytery and cemetery were built there by monks from the Sasau Monastery. The church was consecrated to the oldest patron of miners, St. James the Greater. The Romanesque frescoes are its most notable decorative element, painted in 2 stages in the mid-12th century and roughly 100 years later. Let's see what happened to these names, right? What happened to like James the Greater, you know, and like these titles? What happened to titles? I thought we used to be a society, you know. We used to. It wasn't just like first name, last name. Like you had a reputation. But I guess that's less relevant now. But man, to be James the Greater, that's pretty cool. Right, Skalitz. A lovely place. I was so happy to be there briefly. There's probably a settlement in the area where Skalitz lies today as early as the 13th century. Though, there's no mention of the castle until 1361. The development of the town was prompted by silver mining in the area as well as the existence of the nearby parish of Rovna. The owners of the castle included Jessica of Skalitz, 1384, and Bodil of Drahanitz. 1402-1403. Wenceslas IV took possession of it in 1403 and placed it under the governance of the knight Sir Radzik Kubila. Okay, so he not only... Okay, a piece of... We're learning. We're learning a lot. So Radzik was not just overseeing the silver, but he was the governor. Wenceslaw took possession of Skalitz, and then the governance of it was given to Radzig. So Radzig was overseeing the whole place, not just the silver. So he was in a bigger position than it seemed to me at the time. Now I'm grasping it. Later the very same year, though, Kabila was forced to flee the castle, protecting the inhabitants of Skalitz from King Sigismund's invading army, which torched the castle and the adjoining village. The estate was never renewed thereafter. R.I.P. In December 1403, Wenceslaus IV granted the remains of the village to Jan Sokol of Lamberg. The ruin of the medieval castle and its fortifications was scavenged by building material for the Church of St. John of Nepomuk in 1730. Today, only minor remnants of the gatehouse wall, Zwinger, and the perimeter walls remain. Damn. So what wasn't destroyed was scavenged, and what wasn't scavenged and destroyed is just like small. So you could technically go there today and see it, and it's just not really much there, but it still exists. The remnants. Talmberg. This castle was built on a rocky promontory at the beginning of the 14th century, either by Ernst Arnost of Kaunitz or Krasnada of Usitz. For more than 200 years, the castle was the seat of the Lords of Usitz, were later renamed for after their residents, the Lords of Talmberg. In 1390, the castle came into the possession of Divish of Talmberg. The same year, it was seized by Havel Medic of Waldeck, who took Divish prisoner. Medic did not release Divish until 1397, when he was forced to do so by a decision of the provincial court. Only a ruin now remains of the castle in the midst of residential development. So Talmberg is still... Again, I haven't looked any of this up. So Talmberg still exists. Technically. The remains of the castle are there, but then, like, modern residential development is around it. And see, this helps too. Stephanie technically did raise the ransom, but it seems like she didn't have to pay it, even though she did raise it. Right? Because Medic was forced to release Divish. Interesting. So again, this is another. If anything, this is just another reason why the Codex is a great source of information, because it tackles things from different angles, kind of wraps everything up together. Right, tutorials, society, general. Women in the Middle Ages. In the medieval, purely patriarchal society, the man was the head of the family, with the roles of women determined by their relationship to him. Daughter, sister, wife, mother, or widow. Girls had a short childhood, according to municipal documents, reaching the age of majority and between 12 and 15 years of age. Boys, in terms of territorial law, became grown-ups at 15. Men spent most of their time at their craft, trading, or swordsmanship, depending on their station in life, while women attended to housework and family. Only a widow could obtain permission to conduct trade or a craft activity with the help of a journeyman, of course. Only a widow could obtain permission to conduct a trade with the help of a journeyman. So you have to have your husband die in order for you to pick up a trade. What a time. What a time. Village women did not leave their homes very much or wander the vicinity needlessly. What are they doing outside? What do they got going on? Some rules about venturing out were dictated by a social class, while townswomen and noblewomen could venture beyond the home only when accompanied by their spouse or servants. The wives of artisans, merchants, and peasants could walk about unaccompanied. Unaccompanied. Fascinating. Like the domestic activities of well-to-do women included embroidery, cleaning, childcare, shopping, and playing musical instruments. Village women spent their time working in the fields or pastures, beekeeping, weaving, spinning, preparing food, knitting, and sewing. During the High Middle Ages, the ideal of beauty was a thin, pale woman with long blonde hair, small, round breasts, relatively narrow hips, and a narrow waist. The most important thing was, of course, health and fertility. A woman in the Middle Ages would, from the beginning of sexual maturity, be pregnant virtually every year. Every year? On rotation? Stresses me out. God, can you imagine? I guess it was a different time, but like the idea, like you have a kid or you're pregnant for 9 months. You know, some months after he's born, it's like another one. Let's do it again. It was not unusual for one to be a mother 3 or 4 times over by the age of 20. Exhausting. Births were complicated and aftercare inadequate, so the risk of death in childbirth was great. Which I can imagine was it's not a great, not very safe, right? Yeah. Complicated, aftercare inadequate. So every time you go to have a kid, you are gambling. You're still gambling today. It's still not a perfect system. We haven't figured it out as like a species. Right? It's still risky. But back then, yeah, you got like 3 or 4 kids, like you're gambling every time. Plus also, let's be real, like the aftercare for the mother, but then also like the child. You know, the longevity and life expectancy at the time in general wasn't very high. Girls were afforded less attention than boys, but when it came to honor, the contrary applied. Old maids, seduced daughters, and unmarried mothers brought the family shame. While boys inherited the livelihood, the parents of girls had to accumulate a dowry for which to compensate the bridegroom. Yeah, but there's still dowries today. That's crazy, isn't it? So old maids, seduced daughters, and unmarried mothers brought the family shame. So what, the idea of if you're old and you're working as a maid, it's like you didn't make it. Not good. Right? I guess. Seduced daughters, I imagine implying not wedded, but more frivolous activity. Right? Unmarried mothers. So, I imagine not a widow, right? Or maybe they count widows too. Unmarried mothers, so if you essentially have a child, but you're not married, right? You get pregnant, you have a kid, but you're not married to somebody. Brings the family shame. God, what a time. Jeez. I had to click it because I was like, I gotta know. Like what I gotta know. And now I know. I know so much now. I think for now, I think that's a good, strong opening
I'll have to get
start.
something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
I think that sets the bar, sets us up. Right, because this is the gate that we got to look at. We got to do stuff. We got to look around. We got to see. We got to do. We got to get the hell out of here.
But I cut off the top roots.
Because we got to go
So you did half the job at least.
figure out
If only.
how to
It took me
get out of
2
here.
bloody days to dig it out. I had to dig a trench all round as big as the gates of hell to get out the last roots.
Well, at least you got it done. You could have waited, though. I'd have given you a hand with it.
The way my back is now, I wish I'd waited.
Same, brother. Oh, hello.
Good God. What happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it.
I was like, is it that bad? I mean, they're not amazing, but is there a traitor here somewhere? About Sigismund's arm.
Sigismund's visit this morning was pretty alarming, wasn't it?
And no mistake, that army of his is enormous. It's a good thing Sir Divish is such a fine speaker, or they'd have squashed us like bugs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It would have been so bad. Is there a traitor here somewhere?
Can you tell me who I can buy something from or sell to?
Everyone fled here with only what they could carry, but I reckon Votava the pond keeper wouldn't let even Sigismund interrupt his business. I saw him by the granary. You can't miss him. He's skinny as a bulrush. God bless.
And to you. Okay, good to know.
My respects to you.
Oh, thank you.
What do you think about Sigismund withdrawing?
It was a stroke of good luck. I know everyone says how clever Sir Divish is and all that, but it was a dangerous situation. That Sigismund is awful, unpredictable. He abducts the king, raids towns, brings foreign mercenaries into the heart of our country. God alone knows what he'll get up to next.
Yeah. Like, when you just say it out in a whole sentence like that, it's like, this is...
Can you tell me who I can buy something from or sell to?
You want Votava, the fellow that fixes the weir at the Talmberg fish pond. He should be around the granary somewhere.
Votava.
Good luck to you.
Votava by the granary. Okay.
He had it in Prague, and he said it was all right, so I'll try it. And if he doesn't like it, I'll lock him in the hen coop, so he'll have a proper appetite next time. That will ruffle his
I'll say it is kind of cool that the
should have done that a long time ago.
amount of work
Right there.
to put this animation together. Right? The fact that they can knock it off, they pick it up, they put down the axe, like they set it on there, they kind of wedged in a little bit. They do it, and instead of just having, because they could have easily just gone and chop, done it, right? But they put extra effort into making it look like the work is being done,
Looks like it's going to be a good
the whole
year for the
process, and then sticking the axe in there, picking up the pieces,
apples. Not sure about the vegetables though.
and in here are actually the
Like
pieces.
carrots and radishes
I
are
don't-
coming along nicely.
It's cool, man. This is day to day. It's only the second time playing it, but it is so immersive. The amount of everything, not just the conversations, the world. Oh, Vodva, there you are. What are you doing?
My respects to you.
That would be a shame.
Okay,
Good luck to you.
Trees like that.
and to you, Vodva,
God be with you.
and with you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin. Farewell.
I have less than you think. Torch treasure map. Treasure map. Okay. Be a good idea. Okay, so you pay. That's 96 for that. That is expensive. Even if we had the money, I feel like that's still expensive. Hello?
Good afternoon.
And to you as well.
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Try Votiver. He's as thin as a starving hound and about as cheerful, but he can get anything you want. I saw him by the local granary.
Is like him being thin, is that like so obvious? There's that skinny guy over there. Look at him. it's just for how the certain characteristics will just like stick.
You heard? He's courting someone from the side.
My man. What's up, Sir Robard?
God be with you.
And with you. I have to get to Skalitz. Why did Sigismund raid Skalitz? What is Sigismund after? What do you know about the humans? Oh, this is going to be so good. Okay, why did Sigismund raid Skalitz?
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
And he didn't like that. Right, because even though he's his brother, he's taking advantage of the opportunity. He's not actually trying to help Wenceslas in any way. Right? This is all selfish. This is all his own play for power.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Oh, we can actually say so. Oh. It has a strategic position and strong fortifications. He was afraid of the Kuttenberg insurgent lords to feed his troops from their granaries for the loot. He did demand reparations.
So he could loot it?
Correct. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
He was no fool to do it when he did, at that moment. I say it, I'm going to keep saying it, I'll continue to say it. This is cool. This is great. Now you're starting to understand. What do you know about the Cumans?
Where did these Cumans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said, that they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Always is. When there's power and money on the line, fuck the rules. I have to get to Skalitz.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
That's a good point, actually. It would be raided by others. Okay. We have no idea what his That's all, but I have to bury my parents. Let me out before I lose my temper. If you were in my shoes, you'd do the same. Hmm. I think we'd just be both right. We could have to bury my parents.
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
Good God, boy. Do you want to throw your life away for those who can never get theirs back? Do you think that's what they'd want? Forget it.
He's not helping us. Okay, cool. The shortcut, these are going to be able, we're going to be able to keep up with it easier, I think, as we read these as they come up. Jobst of Moravia. Jobst of Moravia was Margrave of Moravia from 1375 and Elector of Brandenburg from 1388. He also held the throne of the King of the Romans, although he did so for a mere 15 weeks until his death, 1410 to 1411. Damn, 15 weeks. He was the son of John Henry of Luxembourg and the nephew of Emperor Charles IV. He achieved his standing in Europe due to military and political intrigues, and aimed primarily against members of his own dynasty, particularly Wenceslas IV, against whom he rebelled along with Moravian forces in the so-called Margraviate Wars. He initially supported Sigismund of Luxembourg's efforts to seize Bohemian crown, but in 1403, he began opposing him, and together with Albert IV, Duke of Austria, took part in a rebellion against him. His previous support for Sigismund was probably motivated more by self-interest. It ensured him future influence as long as it seemed that Wenceslas would be disposed, and Sigismund, or even Jobst himself, would take his place. His campaign against Wenceslas won him and other nobles many privileges. Then in 1402, when the situation changed, he rebelled against Sigismund and he was even instrumental in liberating Wenceslas from captivity. We don't know whether the change was due to cunning or conscience, but to the end of his life, he remained surprisingly loyal to Wenceslas IV. Wow. So he led a campaign against Wenceslas, and a bunch of nobles gained privileges, right? Everybody was like, okay. And then the situation changed, and he was like, actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna free Wenceslas, even though I'm the one that helped capture him. Damn. Towards the end of his life, he even stood against Sigismund in the election of the King of the Romans, and won. He didn't enjoy the crown for long, though, and died shortly after. Jobst was not only politically astute, but also a very thrifty governor. Many rulers, including Sigismund himself, were financially indebted to him. In his day, it was said that it was Jobst, and not either Wenceslas or Sigismund, who was the true uncrowned sovereign of Bohemia. At the time our game takes place, however, he was in debt up to his ears. Oh, man. A lot of debt. That is kind of crazy, though, right? Even Sigismund himself were financially indebted to him. Impressive. Right? But that was later. That was later. Right now, he's in debt to everybody else. Oh, we learned Kuttenberg. Oh, geez. Okay. Kuttenberg is today a district town of the central Bohemian region, 70 kilometers east of Prague. The founding of Kuttenberg, the official name of the city in the Middle Ages, came about thanks to the discovery of silver ore deposits in the vicinity and its location next to Skalitz Monastery, the commercial and economic center of the region. City rights were acquired by Kuttenberg in 1318, after which time the economic activity of the city was taken care of by the so-called Berber, or royal clerk, to keep the operation of the mint and the mines to a high standard and safe. A list of legal edicts was issued, Ius Regale Montanorum, the mining regulative. The city soon became rich and had the same powers as the old town of Prague. The wealthiest inhabitants of Kudenberg were the German population, while a lower class consisted of mine workers, smelters, mint workers, artisans, and servants. Almost every city dweller had some connection to silver mining, minting coinage, or trading. Treasures are found and mined silver. The treasures of found and mined silver supported the development of other Czech cities, including the construction of new buildings in Prague. The architecture of Kudenberg is due to Wenceslaus IV. Right, during his reign, the former timber houses were rebuilt in brick or as half-timbered. There were also churches, a Sterling court, and other public works built at this time. Kudenberg retains its Gothic genius, loci, to this day. See, now I'm kind of tempted. I gotta look up what Kudenberg looks like today. What a reputation. Wild. Very cool. There's somebody down there? See that far away? That's crazy. Okay. Alright, well, he's not gonna let us out, so we gotta find our way out of here on our own.
Good day to you.
Oh, and to you.
God be with you.
Okay. Alright, so we're not gonna be let out of here. Maybe Stephanie? Right? She seemed pretty cool. Right? Maybe if we talk to her. Maybe she'll be like, yeah, I'll help you get out. Or not, let's see. I talked to Sir Robard about how to get out of the castle, but my pleas fell on deaf ears. Yep. Radham?
My respects to you.
Need to get out of here.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Ah, damn, they told everybody about us. Okay, I have to bury my parents. We could lie. That's not great. This plea, like, it's endearing, but it's like, come on, lad, it's not worth your life to just do that.
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
It worked. I'll try and think of something up. What do you got in mind?
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right. I'll have a look around for something.
All right.
May the Lord watch over you.
All right. All right. Thanks, Radham. We have an idea. Disguise. All right. Hello?
Good day to you. What do you need?
Is there a trader?
Farewell.
Well, actually, you know what? What did you think?
That business with Sigismund turned out well in the end, didn't it?
Aye, that was a good start. Next, we need to drive him and his war whores out of Bohemia for good.
That's right.
May the Lord watch over you.
Yeah, now I'm like, okay, well, let me... Because there's so many people we can talk to. It's wild. What do you...
That business with Sigismund turned out well in the end, didn't it?
Aye, that was a good start. Now we need to drive him and his war whores out of Bohemia for good. God be with you.
Definitely. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can find some spare gear laying about. Hopefully.
Good health to you.
And to you. What do you think about the Skalitz folk fleeing?
What do you think about the Skalitz folk?
It's a hell of a thing. First, everyone is shitting themselves that Sigismund is coming, and then it turns out like this. Praise the Lord they got out of the siege. Skalitz Castle is well fortified, all right, but I hear Sigismund's army is huge, and facing him is suicide. Sir Radzig did the right thing. I'm sorry you didn't all manage to get away.
So am I.
May God ease your pain.
Thank you.
I reckon that Sir Radzig must be a good man, the way he looks after his people. But you probably know him better.
Not really. My father was forging a sword for him, and when he came to have a look at it, we exchanged a few words. That's it.
Then that's a fine lord.
By the way, if he's got not a lot to yap at you and nothing bad. I mean, he seemed nice. He seemed nice. Right? About Sigismund's army.
That was a tense moment this morning with Sigismund.
Sir Divish handled it masterfully. This is a strong castle. It should stand up to a siege, but Sigismund has an awful lot of soldiers.
Who are those peculiar mercenaries of his?
You mean the Cumans? No one knows much about them, except Sigismund enlisted them somewhere in the east. They're an evil-looking bunch, ain't they?
Not just looking.
I say godless.
May the Lord watch over you.
Barbarians. Lockpick this. It's easy. I still have no idea how to actually do this. Right, because it is to rotate the lock. Am I... Help. Oh, see, this is this probably would have been easier to read. Okay. In order to pick locks, you must have at least one lockpick in the inventory, though it's better to have one or two spares since they get worn with use and in the worst case can break. Start the actual lockpicking process by pressing and holding E on the lock. You then see a diagram of the lock mechanism in which you have to find the right spot to insert the lockpick. Okay. How close you are to the sweet spot is indicated by the size of the cursor, and it turns gold when you find it. Okay. Then you have to use the lockpick. To turn the whole lock mechanism. At the same time, you have to coordinate the movement of the lockpick with the rotation of the mechanism, because the rotation shifts the position of the sweet spot. Okay. If you try to turn the mechanism without having the lockpick in the current position, the mechanism will stick, which will damage the lockpick or even break it. Any damage to the lockpick will produce a noise, which can draw unwanted attention, and breaking it will cause an even louder snap. That's why any damage will produce noise. That's why they were hearing us in Skalitz lockpicking. Because we were causing damage and it was making noise. Okay. So. Let's see. So let's say the sweet spot is... It's here, right? We're going to rotate this. I have to maintain this cursor in this position as this rotates, right? All right. That is, oh, thank God. That is so much easier to understand now. I don't, it feels bad, like, robbing from these guys. That doesn't seem right. Essential material of a spider's dwelling and of certain magic potions. A bludgeon, a torch, sheepskin, skin from a sheep, come in handy when the weather gets cold. Dog skin, pelt from a dog. That's sad. Bandage. Okay, I gotta not be seen crouching, right? Okay. I just think if I have the club, right, maybe that'll help with our disguise. Mountain Steel. Olena. Divish's horse. Fancy. Mountain Steel. Robard's horse. Okay. Cool. So we'll be able to take ours. Inspect horse. My horse, nothing. Other horse, Olena. Olena? Olena. Is our horse. 30 speed, 220 capacity, 10 courage, 270 stamina. Okay, so there's another one. I'll come back to it. Maybe we don't steal from everything. Ooh. Yikes. Nope, didn't mean to be. Meant to be on the outside.
God be with you. Take care now.
Okay.
I feel quite hungry.
Oh, we're getting hungry. That's right, this was our room. Okay, can't do anything with these. We can sit on the bed. But we do need... Is this just marking that we've stolen them? Do they know? Do they know when we steal stuff? Is this going to be something I'm going to find out at, like, the worst time? Okay, roast. Let's eat some roast duck. Alright, cool. That took care of our hunger.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm out. Go back to sleep.
Hey, who's there?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Hi.
Good afternoon.
And a good afternoon, I hope it is.
That was a close thing this morning, eh?
If you knew Sir Divish like I do, you wouldn't be so concerned. Being imprisoned might have injured his health, but there's no one can rival him for cleverness and cunning.
Really?
It's not for nothing he was made the King's Burgrave in Prague a few years back. Folk still talk of how he settled the dispute between Father Peck and Sir Pshibik.
It's pretty cool. Where can I buy something?
If I needed some food, who should I ask?
Who do you think, young man? Me, of course. And if you want something extra, I could help you out with that too.
Something extra?
I'd like to buy something from you.
Of course, lad. God bless.
What would be something extra? What's the extra? I'm interested in the extra as well. Bread. Quarter loaf of local bread. It's filling, and when dried, remains edible for many days. And then a bread roll. A plated crusty white bread roll. Smells wonderful and tastes just as good. Honey in the honeycomb. Some delicious full-fat cow's milk. Yum. Just a nice glass of milk. Pretzel with salt and caraway, dried and hard. A sweet pancake made of milk, flour, and eggs. How lovely. Okay, so let's see where. Is it okay I'm in here? It is, okay. Great. Lady Stephanie. Sir Divish. I can't talk with Sir Divish. He's busy. Lady Stephanie.
God save. Can I help you with anything?
Yo, God forbid you turn around. But, how do you think about the army?
My lady, I hope you weren't unduly distressed by the arrival of Sigismund's army this morning.
Well, it was to be expected. And thanks to God's mercy and my good husband, there was no more bloodshed. But it's something else that distresses me. Maybe my mind deceives me. But I have an evil foreboding.
You, my lady? Surely not. No evil could possibly come to you.
I fear something bigger and worse will come. That Sigismund is only another omen of imminent evil. Of great evil.
Of great evil. Do I look like a Talmberg soldier?
What do you think, my lady? Do I look like a Talmberg soldier?
Not quite, Henry. Just look at you.
Oh, I see.
Damn.
Well, thanks.
Jeez. Okay, well, how could I? Could you help?
I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle, and your husband is keeping me here by force.
Why, for the love of God, would you want to leave the castle?
Okay, alright. I have to bury my parents. I need it badly. It's my duty to bury them. I have to bury my parents.
My parents are lying in the mud of Skalitz at the mercy of dogs and jackdaws. I can't just leave them there.
That's terrible. May the Lord have mercy on their souls. But how can I help you, Henry? I don't want your death on my conscience.
If I could just get past the guard at the gate somehow.
But you can. If you wear a proper suit of armor, and if he can't see your face, he won't recognize you and he'll let you go.
Good thinking.
Did you level in me? We leveled up. Where can I get armor? We have to pay a bribe. Where can I get armor?
And where can I get the armor?
At the armory?
Where's that?
In the gate tower. But the soldiers sleep in other places around the castle too, and you might find armor nearby.
So we got a couple options. We go to the armory, get some, or maybe just find some sitting around. I do like how this is within like 5 feet of Sir Divish. It's pretty funny. Might have to pay a bribe. What if they ask me where I'm going? I mean, I guess these might be more options. Even though I feel pretty good, right? What if they ask me where I'm going?
Well, they'll certainly ask where I'm going.
You could tell them Sir Robard sent you to Ujitz, to ask the parish priest how the folk there are faring.
That sounds reasonable.
Ujitz.
It's rather embarrassing, but if I'm to pay a bribe, I need money, and unfortunately, I don't have any.
How would you? Don't worry your head about it. This should be enough.
Thank you, my lady. I will repay you, I swear.
25? That's very kind. How nice.
Thank you, my lady. I must go now.
Good luck, then.
Lady Stephanie is a real one. Oh, she gave us 25 twice. We got 50. We got 50. All right. Very cool. I think we should be in here.
Hey.
Hey, whoa, whoa. Sorry, pardon me. Oh, God.
You've no business here.
Can I do anything to help?
Is that a chest? Lockpick hard. Okay. Okay, because we got to get to the... I'm just kind of like looking around, seeing like maybe there'd be a piece hanging around. Nope, I fell. Not good. So I got to interact with the ladder specifically. Okay, is there the baker? Your bed. Talmberg armor from the guardhouse above the gate. Combat arena. Trader. Neat. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so if we're trying to get above the gate, then we'll go this way. All right, is this the armory? I see shields and weapons. Okay. What these are these. Shield with Talmberg crest. I mean, like... It does help with our disguise. Our plans of disguise. Just gotta hope nobody's down here. I don't want to go through all of my lockpicks unnecessarily. Very hard? Okay, there's nothing in there. Is there anything in there? No. Okay. We might have to use a lockpick, but I imagine we're not gonna have... well, we don't have to, but... What is... Okay, there's a symbol at the top. What does it mean? I don't know. Up there, the blue, it's like the blue shield with the armor legs and the X on it. Does that mean like we're in a private area? Is that the same symbol? Just in case we forget. Yeah, this is cool. Look at that. Okay, it is. It's the private area symbol. Okay, so that's just how we know we are still in a private area. Got it. So, okay, I'm adapting. Ooh, Villager's Ashbow. Right, this is all better long distance arrow and then long distance arrows. There's a difference? Cool. Okay. Two hard lockpicks. I mean, there's a good chance, like, there might not even be armor in those. We have 4, so maybe it's worth a shot. Then I kind of want to try the really hard one. Oh God! I'm sorry. Oh my God, he's coming. That's how it. Oh, it feels just like real life. Don't be mad at me. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Nice and easy. Flawless. Not suspicious in any way. Okay, but that did feel like the correct spot, right? This does feel like the armory. It's just about... just about finding the right thing we need. It's the only catch. It's too difficult, so I can't even attempt it. Ooh. That's kind of... You know what? That's kind of cool. We have to level up our skill for that. Which also applies to a lot of the other skills. Which I'm understanding is just going to take time and work. Which I kind of like. It's very much, you know, the coming of age, coming of age story and everything. Like, we don't know how to do anything. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna get better at it over time. And so, and a lot of you guys were pointing out, right, like, get ready to, practice your skills. Level up the skills, do stuff. And you're gonna be bad at a lot of things at first. Could be bad at a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff you can't do. And that's okay. And eventually not so much. Try to close this. Just in case, because I don't want to be seen. Fuck. Yeah, the worst part is, like, this is, like, very easy.
Hey, you! What are you doing to that lock? Well, you won't forget this in a hurry, because it'll take a nice pile of coin to fix it.
God damn it. $7.50? Come on, man. Don't fool with me. Watch it. God damn it. This is such a... It was a very easy lock, and for some reason, didn't.
Look, I'll tell you the truth, but you mustn't tell anyone. The Lord of Rat-Eye sent me on a secret mission, and to do it, I have to bend the law a little now and again. Understand?
Do you think I'm so stupid as to fall for such a fairy tale? Not a chance.
I don't have enough money.
That's too much. I don't have that much coin.
You don't pay, you go to jail.
Jail? All right, let's go and get it over with quick.
Get moving. I hope you rot there.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Since I trust you as much as I trust, well, a thief, I'll just search you to be on the safe side.
No.
Better hand over the loot now.
No.
I hope you enjoyed your time in our little establishment.
Not much, actually.
Glad to hear it.
And can I go?
Go? Aye, you can, I'm sorry to say. Now bugger off and get yourself killed for all I care.
Wait. Crime. Ours have an impact on the way people around you react. See your status, reputation. Big mad, sorta mad, happy. Neutral. Your reputation will be monitored in individual locations, and you will see how it stands with various factions of people. Crime and punishment. Someone sees you commit a crime, you don't get caught, still not in the clear. Witnesses will remember you, and if you return to the scene of the crime, there's a strong chance the guards will still be on the lookout for you and continue to pursue you. This is indicated by the punishment icon appearing next to the compass. Oh no. Okay, so it is, yeah, so these are stolen goods. They're found on you, they will always confiscate them. Jeez. Okay, selling goods to a dealer is another matter. There's no much chance of anyone recognizing a stolen apple or cabbage. But if you steal the Rate's bailiff's gold chain, it will stand out like a sore thumb, not only in Rate, but also for miles around. Whether your loot is recognized also depends on how close to the scene of the theft you are trying to sell it and how recently it was stolen. Once enough time goes by, people will forget about the stolen item, even at the scene of the crime, and may buy it back from you. Alright, so the more valuable and rare a stolen item is, the further away, and the later you sell it, the better. If your loot is really hot, it's best to go to a known fence. For example, the Millers have a reputation for being mixed up in shady deals. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hey. Hey, wait. I wasn't... My horse. No. Oh, if that is embarrassing. I didn't think they'd throw us out. I was like, okay, you know what, like, I'm cool, like, we can go to jail for a little bit. Oh, they hate us. Oh, no. I guess there's a timer down there for, like, how long we've been released prisoner. So that we have to wait for that to cool down. Damn. Everything I took, they took back. This was all in an effort to do a good thing. Discover a shrine, read. Yachi K. Ying, Alexander Dish, Flanker. Okay, well, I mean, does Divish know that y'all kicked me out? Does Divish know I committed a crime? Because we did, right? The threat of Tang's gone, I have to get Skalitz. It's only about parrying the mercy of the dogs. I was gonna take the horse. I had a plan. Okay, Talmberg still likes us. Okay, we're still we haven't mucked it up that bad. I don't even know if I can get back in there. We don't need to get in there. We're out. All it took was committing crime. Not the way I wanted to do it, of course. Tom of the Baths. Sorry. I didn't know hygiene. From the 13th century on, waste was dumped behind the house or buried in pits. Toilets consisted of cesspits topped with a wooden superstructure with a seat or just a board. There were water drainage systems and no lack of freestanding latrines or outhouses, or at castles' privies. It was not uncommon for a latrine to be shared between several dwellings. In the inhospitable and badly heated castles, there were sometimes bathrooms with bathtubs or even plunge pools. Swimming was attractive, not just as a means of cleansing the body, but also for pleasure. In private houses, a bathroom was a sign of luxury and high status. This did not mean that wealthier residents washed more often, just that they were more readily able to put on clean clothes. The most common acts of hygiene include hand washing. Even the poorest homes afforded a basin with a water pitcher or a suspended water cistern with a faucet. The cleanest people were villagers, who would often wash in the stables or the river. Church was generally against cleansing the body, and so allowed the priests or monks to bathe only twice a year, at Christmas and on the feast day of some chosen patron. They stink. That's crazy. I love how they say they allowed the priests and monks to bathe only twice a year. There's no way, right? I feel like there's a line. There's like a point where even if you don't smell yourself, and you don't care that anybody else does, I feel like at some point, like, your body would like itch and like crave a cleansing. Twice a year, once every 6 months. Good Lord. In spite of this, there were public baths in each town where people went not just to get clean, but to socialize. Contrary to today's notions, the people of that time were not very prudish, and men and women shared the bathhouse together. Even the urban poor had the right to visit the baths paid for by the municipality. Nice. Hello, Tom of the Baths. Do I have to request permission? Bath maid. I can't talk to you. Is it because I'm a prisoner? Is it because I just got out of prison and they don't want to talk to us? Bathhouse proprietor.
Mother of God! You look like you've been assaulted.
A little bit. Assaulted, peppered. Use the bathhouse services.
I'd like to order something here.
So, what are you interested in?
To have a bath and launder my garments, to heal my wounds, heal wounds, bath, and laundry, to pay for a wench and everything. A wench and everything that goes with that. Get a haircut, get a shave. Full service. Good night. Heal wounds, bath, and laundry. Fine, I will do the whole thing.
A bit of everything. Heal my wounds, have a proper bath. Oh, and my garments are in need of laundering.
But of course. Money first, though.
30. 30? That's not actually horrible, but I mean, that's most of our money.
I'm not giving you that much.
And how much are you willing to pay?
Here we go. Haggling. Haggle time. Haggling works both ways, whether you want to buy cheap or sell dear. You sell the amount you want to pay, you select the amount you want to pay, and get up and down and confirm with you. The trader will then respond to your offer. If the answer is a refusal, he or she will make a counter offer. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Your money, the original purchase price, trader's last offer, your last offer not accepted. Okay, so like for this one, right? Offered 5. I was like, no. Then current offer 2. We're like, the trade offer 10. Original was 20. Okay. Okay. If this letter can't be moved in one direction or the other, it means you or the trader doesn't have enough money. Dragging out the haggling with one offer after another will gradually try the trader's patience and complete eventually they'll drop the haggling completely. Okay, so you can only push them for so long. You can see how close you're getting to that point of the trader icon below the bar. The more gold there is in the background, the closer the trader is to dropping the haggling. Every unsuccessful bout of haggling lowers your reputation with the trader. Oh boy. We can go to 19 and a half. Okay. 23.
I'd like to order something here.
Uh-huh. And what do you want?
Hello? Did it not do the thing? You know what, we're just gonna have a bath. We're gonna go work.
Get myself fixed up a bit. Have a bath and get my clothes washed.
But of course. Money first, though.
Did the haggle work? I can't tell because it just kind of kicked me out of the conference. I mean, 10. It's 10. It's 10. We'll pay it.
Fine. Here it is.
I'm sure you'll be extremely satisfied. God bless.
I hope so. Hard with 10. Could use with a little bit of healing, but I guess next time we haggle, do a little bit better. All right, look at us. We're clean, looking good, feeling okay.
Is there something you need?
I don't know. Wild that you offer wench services. I can't afford that right now.
What is it you want here?
Is it illegal to go into your lake?
Shame I can't swim.
He can't swim? Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess it was more, well, swimming. Maybe the act of. So it was. Not everybody needed to know how to swim. Go this way. You got all this right outside the castle to look at. Another shrine. Is this it? Water Milos D, Huge Bull, Anthony. Interesting. Who are these names? Hello. Mohawk Pig. Okay, you're cool. Pretty cool. Got style. Got wood. Okay. All right, I am curious. So this recently released prisoner situation is certainly something. Now I do wonder, does it affect us outside of getting in prison again? Right, I imagine if we talk to some people, they'll be like, "You were in prison already." Hello, man.
Good health to you.
And to you.
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Votiver is your man. He's the local dealer, a skinny fellow. I saw him by the granary. He'll buy anything that has any value, and he'd sell you his own granny, if he hadn't already sold her long since.
Damn.
Farewell.
So already sold the granary. Well, unfortunately, I cannot go there anymore. I have broken the rules. Some jerky.
What was that?
I'll be honest though, totally valid. Totally valid. I did commit the thievery. It was not good, and I was caught. Honestly, if anything, I just feel bad that I got caught.
What was that?
And ashamed that I got caught because I couldn't pass a very easy lockpick. Like that. Man, what a fucking time. Hi, dog. Yes. Cute. And not gonna lie, I was gonna kind of try to sell all the stuff that we did steal if we didn't need it once we got out. To help us. To help ourselves. Innkeeper.
Good health to you.
And to you. What's happening around here?
How are the Talmberg folk getting on? Is it peaceful here?
Ah, things here are not too bad at all.
Like to hear it. A place to sleep.
Is there somewhere I could sleep here?
All right. For how long?
I mean, we don't really need to, but I want to inquire.
Just the one night?
Sure. Let's see your coin first. These are harsh times.
At our rough times. Is it... We give... The arrow goes to how much we're giving away. So this is 2. That's great. It seems so rude. He's like, can I just get 2? Can I get 2 coins? It's not worth that much to me. We don't need to sleep right now.
Here you are.
You like it here? Like sleeping on a cloud it is.
Nice.
Where do I go to sleep?
In the loft. There's a door next to the chicken coop. Inside, there's a ladder up to the loft. You find it all set up for sleeping.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Take care now.
So I just go on my own. Travel and traveling merchants. Travel was dangerous in the Middle Ages, but necessary, especially for traders. The roads differed by their purpose. Trade routes have river fords, bridges, inns, signposts, milestones, and so on. Pilgrimage routes here were without such luxuries. A person was able to cover about 20 to 30 kilometers per day by wagon. Wayfarers would overnight at inns near road junctions, their goods stored in a depot. In times of instability and chaos, the kind in which the KCD story takes place, traders and travelers would often be waylaid by marauders, which led to traveling in groups with a hired armed escort. Bohemia imported canvas, silk, and other textiles, weapons, wine, salt, seafood, saltwater fish, southern fruit, spices, and other exotic and luxury goods. Goods exported included wheat, butter, honey, beeswax, beer, malt, fresh water, fish, cheeses, and other local products. Neat. Definitely troubled times. Dangerous times. Is this it? This is not it. I could rob the chicken coop. So there's a way to the loft. Am I like completely... I may have misinterpreted. The other side?
A tankard here.
Oh. Is it... That must be the loft. Is it here? There we go. We figured it out. All right. All right. Very nice. Very nice. A little homely-ish. Storage for your belongings. That is not a clean pillow. Can't delay, no time to lose. Okay, well, I paid for the bed. I might as well have tried to sit on it. I already began the conversation. I felt bad. I felt bad just being rude about it. I guess it's not really rude. It's not worth it to me. Ooh. Right into the river. The music is really good. I gotta do this because I didn't get the disguise. I was gonna get the disguise first and then get our horse. But now, since I don't have the disguise, I don't have a horse. Yeah, this is so cool looking. What is up here? It is the horse remains. Turnips. Tanning. Hello, Huntsman Nicholas.
Good health to you.
Ooh, trainer, some people can teach you. For some lessons, you will have to know something already, though. You might be more than one trainer for each skill, but there are always 4 lessons. Houndmaster. Hunting.
I'd like you to show me some hunting tricks.
Certainly.
Oh, this is cool. All right. All right. Slightly advanced master.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Ah, shit. 60?
Maybe another time.
When I have more money.
God be with you.
I have more money. Because that's actually really cool that we can learn that. Huntsmen, gamekeeping and hunting in the Middle Ages were not only for amusement, but chiefly a source of great profit for the king and the nobility who owned the woods. The feudal gamekeepers and huntsmen also undertook woodsmanship. In addition to their obligation to look after the game, they took charge of the forest and its protection. In the forests, it was prohibited to hunt deer, fallow deer, boar, or any other game, violation of which was a criminal act subject to heavy fines, or even in the case of repeated infringements, physical punishment. Damn. The same was true for unauthorized logging, and collecting of timber. Many poachers came from the ranks of the poor and not very much to lose, which quite often resulted in physical conflicts with the huntsmen when they were caught red-handed. So it's like literally you're caught hunting in the King's Woods. You know, you were caught hunting deer in the woods. You shouldn't. It's not your place. Wow. Like it's a lot of it's simple, but the detail I really like in a lot of this. Very cool. He's doing his thing. Well, damn, well, we have more money. We have more money. We're going to definitely have to come back here. That's neat. We're going this whole way, so we want to go up this main road. That is so far. Come on, there's got to be a way I could get my horse. That's so far to go by foot. I know that it looked like, okay, we could fast travel. That might work. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But is there anything we have to do when we level up? Or is it just does? Strength 1, agility 1, vitality 0. do we have? This is why. Injured right leg, injured left leg, released prisoner. Oh, okay, see, okay, this is what I was looking for. Your stay in jail has left you malnourished and in an overall weak condition. Your strength, agility, and vitality are lowered. The longer you've been in jail, the worse the penalties. Got it. Okay. Malnourished and weak. We were getting a little hungry. Okay, so we gotta find a way to... Oh, that's sad. This is where you throw them. Just the pit. Pit of remains. Oh, a fishing spot. Fishing was one of the most traditional ways of making a living. Fishing in a running water has been done the same way for centuries. Only in the 13th century did monasteries begin to establish fish ponds, particularly for breeding carp. Fish was considered a Lenten food, and given the frequency of religious holidays and fasting days, up to 1/3 of the days in a year, they became an essential part of the diet. The greatest boom in fisheries and fish farming in the Czech lands came in the 15th and 16th centuries. Fishing methods made use of various tools and traps, such as bones, wicker baskets, bottomless baskets, fishing line or rod with hook and hemp nets with stone weights. All rivers belonged to the king and were leased to towns. Belonged to the king. Makes sense. Oh. Fishing was permitted only on prescribed days and hours. Some noblemen, despite this regulation, banned townspeople from fishing on pain of death. Nets were set by day. Because fishing at night was prohibited, rod and line fishing was allowed even by those without a net fishing permit, since the catch rate of rod fishing was insignificant. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Is any fish coming down? I mean, it doesn't say it's stealing. It doesn't belong to us. It doesn't say it's stealing, but I'm kind of paranoid now. I don't want to. He was looking right at me. He's looking right at me. He knows I didn't put that net there. He knows that's not my fish. Marta?
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I guess that's that.
God be with you.
God, you're the spitting image of my father.
Farewell.
God, that was like seeing a ghost. He wore that same hat, too. Oh, man. Is there anything over here? Got chickens. I'm trying to make sure I kind of like roam the town, you know? Don't. We're not in a rush. We got so much. There's so much of this game.
Hey, who's there?
It is I. Me.
Hey! Hey!
Hi.
Good day to you. What do you need? Good luck to you.
Nothing. I'm good. I'm good. We're great.
Who's there? Answer me.
Okay, so our malnourishment is a detriment. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a way to cure it without sleeping, probably. Sleeping, maybe eating a lot. Right, ain't no way we gotta go all the way this way on foot. There's gotta be another way. But there's only the one gate. Right, there's only the one gate, so I gotta figure, like, they're not gonna let us in. fast travel? That'll just take us over to the gate. I can't fast travel now. Okay. Never mind. I will huff it on foot. I will. I'm that committed. Alright, I guess we're just gonna go on foot. Okay, figure out another way to get in there, and well, you know what? That's our story. That's the way it goes. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. We got our comeuppets for doing what we did, and we're gonna own it. Hopefully they take care of the horse. I mean, again, we did steal that horse too, but it was for a good reason. What's going on down here? This is this is like a trader area? A lot of carts. Oh, there's nothing here. Excavation? A mine? Or are they cutting out of there, making these blocks? Hello, stoneworkers. Rupert. Quarryman. Quarryman. So it is, they're literally out here working on this. That's cool. Jake Piper. Grindstone. Blacksmith. Ooh. What? What? Okay, cutscene. Sudden storm.
Looks like they've already gone.
Wait, are we already here? Jesus. God damn. Find your parents. Oh, we're in Rovna. Okay. Oh, wow, that was a hell of a distance. Okay. Okay, I feel less crazy. I was like, I'm gonna have to walk all that on foot.
Jesus.
These are obviously they're all people, right? It's just, I mean, I don't know how many of them he personally knew, but the idea that you would see a pile of bodies from, well, people that you did know. Haunting. Dried food, dried mushrooms. It feels so shitty. Dandelion? I thought that was the name of the person. That's horrible. the dandelion the only thing I can gather? What are dandelions for? Grows everywhere as a weed, but mostly on grassy slopes and meadows. It is to be found. Okay. Maybe it's just selling. Good lord. The worst part is like we need stuff. It's not really the way we want to go about it. Just bodies thrown. The like half burnt, mostly burnt people. Fuck. Alright, this is a lot. Oh, the bandage, that's good. That'll be good for us. Ah, shit. Even at the door. I tried mustard pretzels, lots of food supplies and other things. At what cost? Can't pick these flowers, I guess? No. We can't really go up here, right? Yeah. Damn. Shit. Okay, we can continue on. At least to an extent. Even though Sigismund and them moved on, doesn't seem to be anyone hanging behind. At least from either them or scavengers. Bandits. I mean, at least we have a sword. We have a good sword. We have a well-made sword.
Oh, God.
Jesus. Fucking hell. God, really? They really did it. Because I thoroughly, they did all this. Toss all the bodies up there. Or was that where everybody was running to the church for safety? God. And they just killed everybody up there. We got an axe. Yeah, this is pretty horrible. No survivors. At all. It's just the way he's doing things. Okay, condition. Oh, so this is like a bad apple. So we probably don't want that one. Right, the roast duck. Not good either.
It's the charcoal burn.
That's so sad. Oh wait, it's all fucking sad. This is... It's like they had nothing to do with any of this, but he doesn't care. Radzig was the target, but he was gonna take over the place anyway. Anyone who resisted, right? And they probably looked at the whole village and aiding Radzig anyway. They probably saw them as enemies of the crown. Good God. Jesus.
Hey! No, leave me be. Don't kill me. I have nothing.
Boy, should a living person.
Why would anyone do this? What did these poor souls ever do to them?
Exactly. That's why it's like so extra fucked up, because it's just like, it's not even the nobility or the people in charge or like the higher ups. It's just like everybody, everyone. Like, oh, they're running. Oh, make sure to kill them. Make sure to kill them. Don't just let them off. Zach Kelly, Tony, Long, Sean. Crowdfunding-ish, maybe? Names?
Hey, who's there? What's going? Well,
Yo.
I never. The pig turns up with.
Oh, hell. Oh, God. I was trying to pull out the sword. Armed combat. Yep, right-click stab, left-click slash, Q guard.
What's the? Yeah.
Come here. Look, I was trying to be cool. I've got a lot of health. Come here. Oof. He can't help you now. Level up our sword. Level up warfare. Mercy kill. Damn. Hardcore, Henry. Oh, shit. All right. Okay. These are way better clothes. Look, man, I would have even attacked you. But you had to do this whole thing. Terrible condition. Sells for nothing. Maybe best we don't. But we need to heal our injuries, because right now we are having a bad time. Our legs are messed up. I mean, I'm complaining about my feet while everyone here is laying dead. So that's something. Good God. They couldn't even be bothered to steal the horses, which I would imagine are very valuable. They said no. kill them and burn them too. Really let them know. And anyone else who happens to come by. Lord. Oh, there's still smoke coming. Probably not function smoke, but I don't imagine there's somebody there. Oh, God. Jeez. Well, gotta go in this way. Yeah, this is a quicker way in. If it gets us in. We go. Yeah. Oh, we might not be able to get in this way. Sorry, this is like really... This is intense. Fuck, man. That's the way, isn't it? The way that we go back in the way we escaped. So I could have figured they would have taken down the front. Didn't know they would have made it like a block, but... Man, the fact that, like, literally just us and whoever did live was with Radzig. That's it. If you weren't with Radzig, you were... That's it. That's where we got the horse. It's funny, it wasn't that long ago. It was literally one video ago. But just all the events and like the conversations and everything we've done, it feels like it's been a bit. It's like I'm revisiting home. Not for the reasons we wanted to. Here we go. Ah, shit. Well, we survived the bandit, which is something. No! Damn it. I thought that was kind of clever. Okay, so they're both blocked. We gotta find another way in. Right, this is blocked. This is blocked. So this way and this way. Those are our other options. So it'd be faster to try this one. Yeah, like I'm also really like feeling the scale of the game too. It's a lot. We discovered Woodcutter's camp. Woodcutter. During the early Middle Ages, agriculture and the rapid growth of towns took its toll on forests with massive clearing. There was no reforestation done in those days, so in the 15th century, some areas had even less forest covered than today, while the towns themselves were surrounded by zones of outright devastation. Logging was done by woodcutters. Their basic tool was a large, single-sided axe with a long handle or haft, while various wood wedges and hammers were used to split the timber. Transport of lumber from distant areas was difficult, which led to using navigable waterways down which the lumber was left to drift freely. Really? That I didn't. So because like the river was predictable, you could navigate it, so you just toss the massive logs in the river and it just goes down and you just like follow it. Damn. I don't know why I was kind of hoping like maybe somebody was in there. Alive, I mean. I don't know why there would be. Damn, can't go that way either. Come on, Henry. We're doing great, honestly. All things considered. Please? Were these for hanging people? Is that what these were? I don't think these were made for that. I mean, they seem makeshift, so like they're obviously like wagon wheels. So maybe they were made in this moment for that. I'm not too sure. It seems like a placement for that. Oh shit. Okay, we did it. We found our way in. Okay, we're not bleeding. Oh, so that's like saying we got blood on the sword. So the people would see when we walk somewhere, we have blood on our weapon. Do the gloves. Stab defense 3. Right? Is our hood wasn't better than that, was it? No. I'd be surprised if it was. Quick is a piece of armor that protects the elbows, one of the most sensitive parts of the combatant's anatomy. It can be afforded even by less well-off warriors. Old boots, noble's boots. So we're wearing the old boots. Put on the noble boots. Okay, so we got a new We got a new look. We don't have chainmail. These are unfortunate, but body armor wise, body, leg, better. Definitely better.
Answer to my prayers, just when I wanted to vent my rage on someone.
Vent your rage. You're not gonna fucking get me. I've been through too much shit. Rest in peace. You are free now. Free of your sin. Ooh. Within 1 minute, will add 30 health and dispel hangover effects. Cancels the effects of the Lazarus potion. Nice. A padded black coif. Usually worn as a helmet liner. It can be worn alone as basic head protection. Patched hose. Hose are the medieval precursor to trousers. A standard item of clothing for birds and nobility alike. Oh, word encumbered. I don't think we need the boots. You can keep your boots. You're overloaded, so you will move more slowly and can't fast travel, run, or jump. Try dropping some in... Okay. Immediately picks up more stuff. We drop the bad quality axe. And that gets us unencumbered. Alright. Good God, man.
He didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand.
He did his job. Tried to. There he is. Shard. Is that the name of the sword? Shard. Short sword. Once someone's pride and joy, the short sword is now an old relic that won't take too much rough treatment. The point is practically worn off, though the blade is reasonably honed. Damn. It's horrible.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Yeah, we got priorities right now. But yes. God, all the hanging. It is fucking brutal. God damn. So this kind of emphasizes what I was saying earlier. Like we knew these people.
You stood by his side when he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon them like me.
Harry didn't abandon them. I know what you mean. But the only thing we were going to do was die. But the guilt is there. Oh, man. Shit. With the tavern. Everything. But our friends definitely probably didn't make it. Or they did, I don't know. Shit. Wow, they even sacked the place. Just threw everything every which way. God damn. I hate.
Why? Not you. It wasn't supposed to be you, Bianca. I'll find the bastards that did this to you. I'll find them. I swear it. Just wait a moment. I'll take care of my parents, and then I'll come back for you. I won't leave you like this.
Fuck. So of all the survivors, I'm assuming most of the survivors were whoever was in the castle. God, that is actually so fucking sad. The ring you gave to Bianca.
I'll take this as a keepsake to remember you by, my dearest.
That's so fucked, man. This whole thing is fucked. It's all just... God, that's so tragic. Jesus. I mean, it's not like we had anything particularly else to do, but I do respect Henry for actually going the distance all the way to get back here. To bury his parents and also now, unfortunately, Bianca. Okay, let's go. Okay. Let's go back, let's go up more.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him. But first, I have to find the shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
God damn. Find a spade. God, the arrows. A dog? Hello? Am I crazy? Oh shit.
Get away, you mutt!
So I didn't hear a dog before.
Get away, you beast!
What's going on?
Holy shit.
What in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Mutt. And isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
Protecting his master, you looting corpses. Oh boy. He's protecting his master. He's being a good boy.
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
I asked first, I want to bury my parents.
I came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave me be.
What happened to Teresa? How'd you get away? Lend me that spade. Have I disturbed your looting? Fuck you. Jeez. What happened to Teresa?
Do you know what happened to Teresa from the mill? When I fled, the Cumans wanted to... They meant to violate her, and God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune. Right now, I've got to take care of myself.
Jeez, I mean, God forbid you're a little bit, you know.
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
Okay, he's a little... I get it. We kind of had an issue with him. We kind of had a situation last time. But, I don't know, he's kind of a dick. I know he's been through a lot. We've been through a lot too. But...
Would you lend me that spade? I have to dig a grave, and I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it anyway?
Are we for fucking real? Stick it up your arse. Absolutely, you try to push this, it's like, no, bro. For real?
My father forged it for Sir Radzig. It's my duty to deliver it to him. It's not for sale.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that goes. And where will you dig it anyway? Here? You're not going to lay your parents in unhallowed ground, are you?
Father wanted to be buried here. You really are a piece of shit.
Father said he wanted to be buried here, and I can't take them to St. James's. God willing, later I can find a priest to consecrate the ground.
Guy's such an asshole. If I disturb your looting...
I've interrupted you robbing the dead. Is that why you're so ill-tempered? You bastard. Haven't you got a shred of honor?
And what of it? The butcher has no more need of coin. And now that I think of it, your sword would do me quite nicely as well. Will you hand it over without a fuss, or do you want to end up like the butcher here?
The only way you'll touch this sword is when I shove it in your guts.
So that's the way of it? Not without a sword, huh? Well, this isn't the end, fucker!
Did he take the shovel? Good run, coward. It's so sad. Oh god, dude, pets, with all the... I
Easy
can't.
there, boy. You know me. Your good master won't be needing this anymore.
I can't. That's so sad. Jesus. Hmm. Get rid of some... We picked up a lot of stuff. Now we're kind of overweight, especially because of the shovel. Yeah, just get rid of the low quality. Okay. Let's dig that grave. Or, I guess two. I guess two graves. What is that? Is it this? Food poisoning. That's why we don't want to eat the bad quality stuff. Okay, where's the... Okay, I guess I can't equip the shovel. Okay, I can dual wield. That's nice. Now it is kind of fucked up that we were looting and gave him shit for loot, but he was a dick about it. That's the difference. I don't feel good about it. He was doing it, an asshole. We were gonna... Wow, they just... Yeah, they just fucked this whole thing up. All this for what?
You're gonna like it here.
Aw. Oh.
So, let's get to it. Damn it all. How am I going to do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are
This
you? What do you want?
dick.
Zbyszek?
Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers?
Bro.
We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it anymore. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't want.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye, cut the bastard down.
As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth.
Ah!
Oh, God. Oh, shit.
Curse it! No
Mm.
I'm over here.
Shit. Ah, damn it. Asshole.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? And now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
George! Disperse this rabble!
Fuck!
Oh, shit. Oh, he's got this. He's running away with the sword, though. Holy shit. My God, they came all this way. I did not part with it. It was stolen. Deep Silver present. Oh my god, are we? Warhorse Studio Productions. Okay, good. They came all that way. They knew where we were going. Well, dog's coming too. The cinematography is really good. This has been a roller coaster. I'm like, oh. I still can't believe they took our sword. He ran off. Passing through. Homecoming. Oh no, are we in a nightmare? Awakening. Save your parents. Oh shit. Gotta try to get my bearings. Oh. Shit. Yeah, it's like we don't speak their language. So God damn it.
Do you need some help?
There's work to be done.
Shit.
Wake up.
Haunting.
Henry. It's past sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me?
Oh.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Something like that, yeah.
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back.
That was very nice. A few delirious days later.
You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
Oh my god. Oh, just days recovering from this whole ordeal. How'd you find me? Reading in scouts, I'm tired. How'd you find me?
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Talmberg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
They were looking for me. They were looking for me.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radic he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea.
Right, I mean, that was quite the distance just to go after us. I mean, like, it's nice if it was, like, next door, maybe, like, down the road, like, okay, like, maybe it's not terrible, but, like, that's a distance. Right?
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
God, that's so sad. There's always hope. No, there isn't.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak.
And even later.
Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humour back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
Yeah, it's fair, right? It's not charity. The fact that we were even allowed at all, right, is a big thing. Where am I? Laying around long enough. Where am I?
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Rattay Mill, my uncle's mill at Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you too.
We're in Rattay. All right. Laying around long enough.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
That is massive. Huge. Miller Peshek, absolute. He was paying for all this. Wow. I owe you my life. I have to get to work. I owe you my life.
I owe you both my life. And I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Good. You're home. Rete Mill is now your new home. Sleep here, say the game. You have your own common trunk here, which is available to you in all your homes and rented lodgings. A lot of quests. Some bread. Oh. Hold on. Dang. Where's the Rate Mill? I didn't press it fast enough. Is it here? Oh, the Ronov family. Right, one of the oldest and most notable Czech aristocratic dynasties, the family expanded into numerous branches over generations, such as the Lords of Dalba, Berka, Lichtenbergs, Prinetz, Zinetz, of Ronau, and so on. In the 13th and 14th centuries, the family split into the Lords of Lipa, and Lichtenbergs, the Lords of Dalba, and Lords of Klingenstein, and more. The oldest known member of the dynasty was the late 12th century Smilsvelik of Tuhon. His descendants carried high office at the royal court, thus acquiring considerable tracts of land, from which they acquired the family name from Renau in Zidava region, in the Naze River Valley, in present-day Poland. Renau Castle, of the same name south of Keskalipa, was built only at the end of the 14th century. The Renau family is represented by one of the KCD characters, Hanush of Lipa. Cool. Okay. Let's see, where is that, right? Because we got the stars here, which means new stuff. I mean, maybe it'll. I don't know. It's throwing me off because I'm like, wait, we just saw it. It was up there. Dang. Okay. Well, Scouts were raised by King Sigismund of Hungary's army, but the attack itself was led by a knight whose coat of arms was a shield with one half gold and 3 red bars, and the other half plain red. He was one of my parents. It didn't take long for me to find out who he was, because Sigismund's army also approached Talmberg to negotiate a parley. But this is the guy that we're ultimately after, Markvart, to get revenge. I have to find the bastard who stole the sword from me. I believe he goes by the nickname Runt, and has something to do with Zibishek from Skalitz. I must find Markvart and avenge my parents. Absolutely. It's helpless to do anything, but one day I will find him. My home was destroyed, my parents and my sweetheart murdered. I felt like a coward, and only survived by a miracle. Would I try to do the right thing, and at least bury my loved ones? I lost the last thing my father left me, the sword he forged for Sir Radzig. But I will never run again. Ever. I'll find that bastard who led the raid on Skalitz and kill him. And I'll find that thieving rat who took my sword and run him through with it. Vengeance. Get father's sword back, find Markvard von Aulitz, and avenge your parents. Awakening. I woke up from bad dreams. Teresa, the Skalitz miller's daughter, was sitting, leaning over me. Turns out it was she, together with Sir Robard and his men, who saved my life. Then she took me to Rattay to Uncle Peshek's mill. They looked after me the whole time. I was delirious and feverish. Teresa also lost everything and is now living at her uncle's mill. I may stay there if I wish, but I have a debt to settle. My treatment was not without cost. I have to go to Perkstein Castle to see Sir Radzig and tell him what happened. Teresa put all the things I had on me into a trunk. Okay, so we can get those. And then the good thief. Miller Peshek and his niece Teresa took care of me while I was on death's door. At death's door. I owe them my life. I better have a word with Miller Peshek about the time I spent laying ill at his mill. Indeed. Okay, well, at least we're not malnourished. There you go. There we go. 3 good rolls of bread. We'll look at milling next time, because we're going to pick this up on the next episode. So, thank you so much for watching. We did it. We got past the intro. We got the title and everything, opening credits. Phenomenal. Huge. Now we're here. Quite a ways away. But new place, new things to explore. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. We got our shit rocked. Easily. Right, like even if the guy didn't have armor. Like that was a hell of a club. That was gonna hurt. That was gonna hurt, and it did. Teresa's uncle is a real one for not just helping us, but like helping us in general, giving us the space, but also paying for our recovery and maintenance. Like genuinely incredible. And Teresa being alive as much as she doesn't want to be, right? Which is really fucking sad too. But man, no, definitely. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. This is what I mean. Like, this is insanely immersive. Like, it's crazy. And we're only just barely getting started. Right? We have to go get our sword back now. We have to become somebody. We have to become ourselves. The best version of ourselves. In order to even have a chance. So we'll see how that goes. So, see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.